Hello, Aries, and welcome to Indigo Rising Tarot. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I hope you're having a great day. This will be your weekly reading for the week of July 26th through August 1st. Almost didn't get that out. August 1st. And during that time, we first have the waxing gibbous moon for the first part of the week. And waxing gibbous is a good time for us. It's a good time for planning, preparation, and we're starting to execute those things that we started during the new moon. And it's just a time for us to show that we can be flexible and make adjustments where they are needed. We then move into the full moon energy, and that, of course, is a time of heightened emotions. You might feel overwhelmed and anxious or a little irritable. You might have some changes to your sleeping pattern. You also might use that energy in a positive way and feel positive. I do. When the full moon, I feel like I get a lot of things done. I'm maybe a little bit manic. I have to tell myself to settle down a little bit, but I do just really enjoy the energy of the full moon, and you might as well. So use that in whichever way it comes to you, or manage it if it's on the more negative side. After that, we then have the waning gibbous, and that is a time it's calmer. It's a time of self-reflection, rebirth. Now we're going to make positive changes and start to grow in those things that we are starting to work on. So please keep those moon energies in mind as we move through the week. This will be an intuitive general reading for energies that you may or may not encounter, Aries. So as always, please take what resonates and leave what doesn't here on the table for someone else. And your overall message for this reading is the answers you need are coming. All right, let's see what the Aries Collective has going on for this week. As I'm shuffling the tarot, my fun weekly reminder for you this week is that you take some time to get out into nature. So, maybe you're a person that spends time in nature a lot already. Maybe you're not. But if you're not, it's just a really good way to just have meditative thoughts, when you just get lost in either feeding some animals, go find some ducks to feed. If you have a park where you can take a really nice long walk, nice hike, maybe, um, depending on where you are, if you can get near some water, of course, since we have the full moon this week, it's a great time to be outside in the evening at night, to witness that full moon, which is always very pretty. Get out under the night stars somewhere. If you've got a lot of light pollution where you live, drive out to somewhere, one night where you can see the stars. It's amazing. So do whatever you can to just get out into nature, close your eyes, and just really connect and enjoy nature a little bit this week. All right, let's get into this reading. Aries, July 26th through August 1st. The answers you need are coming. Your present energy right now is the Nine of Wands. So looks like you're taking some time to look back and reflect a little bit. That's kind of, we're in that waxing gibbous. It is a time to show that we can be flexible. And some of that is about looking back and saying, here's things I've done in my past. What adjustments might I make for my future that might work better for me, especially with things that we're working on that we maybe haven't been successful with in the past. And you're just making those adjustments. You look back and you go, well, that didn't work. And that did. So let's make the adjustments where needed and put forward our best foot to get things going where they do work. Your current situation is the Emperor. So you're trying to build something here, it looks like. This could be anything under the sun, really, when we see the Emperor in this position. It could be that you are building something within inside yourself. You might be trying to build your confidence. You might be trying to build some kind of skill. Again, it might be something that you've been working on. You might just be working at the gym and trying to get stronger. So you're looking back and you're saying, well, that workout over there, that didn't really work, but this thing did. Look how strong I am here. So, but there's something that you're trying to build. This also might be in your outer world as well. It could be that you are trying to build a business. You're trying to build, something in your career, some portfolio or something. If you're an artist, you're trying to build up your skills and talents, just depending on what it is. So it'll apply differently for different areas, but it looks like you are trying to build something, and maybe you're starting to look for some answers about how to do that. At the root of your situation is the Six of Wands. So you've had some sort of success already, and this could be where you are trying to do the evaluation. You're like, I like how that felt. I like that little bit of success and the little bit of recognition from the people around me. So let's say it is, I'm going to use the gym as an example. Let's say that people are like, hey, those guns are looking great, whatever it might be for you. And you're like, oh, really? Are they? And so you start working on that a little bit harder. And just that recognition feels really good. So something about some sort of recognition has made you want to leap into building. Again, I'm using the gym as an example. It could be anything, whatever it is for you, right? In your recent past, here is the Ace of Cups. So this is something that you're entering into because you love to do it. So this could be some sort of passion. Hopefully, if it is your career, I'm trying to get this adjusted here. I feel like that card. There we go. Like it's about to fall over. Something you're entering into this because it's something that you love to do. And if you love to go to the gym, you like to get that recognition, you want to build up that body so that you're stronger. Again, if this is a business, same thing. You're doing this thing because it's something that you love to do. You love spending time doing it, even if it's a passion, but something, whatever it is you're trying to build, it could be even a relationship that you're building. Again, anything under the sun, but it is something that your heart is open to it. Something you really, really love to do. What is on your mind this week is the Nine of Pentacles. So, as you do this, you are enjoying the fruits of your labor. So, you're getting a little bit of recognition. Let me turn this camera down just a little bit. There we go. A little bit of recognition here, but you're also kind of just enjoying it. If you, again, I'll use the gym example. If you are being strong, you're enjoying the fact that your body feels better, that you look better, that you're stronger. Also, we're going to say that we have two nines on the table. So I want you to look up angel number 99. We'll see if another one comes out, but see if that has any relevance. But on your mind is to just enjoy this little success that you're having right now. Of course, you are kind of looking back and seeing what steps you can take in the future, but go ahead, pat yourself on the back a little bit and take the time to enjoy how you're enjoy the fact that you're getting where you are right now. Enjoying the fruits of your labor. What is just ahead of you here is something a little bit of a disappointment here with the four, and it's a disappointment. So I've seen this card. This came up in last week's readings as well a lot. First we have another four, so also look up angel number 44. But sometimes, and this is just ahead of you this week, that the universe is going to offer you something and you're not going to be super thrilled with it. And my advice sometimes is to go ahead and take the offer that you're not super thrilled with, because we don't know how the universe works. It works in very mysterious ways, of course, and you might be missing out on something because you're not taking, because it's not your final thing that you want, right? So let's say that we'll go back to the gym example. Let's say that the universe offers you a new way to do a certain exercise, and you're like, well, that's not really what I was looking for. But this new type of exercise leads you to become stronger and leads you to the exercise that you wanted to, or the muscle group that you wanted to work on, right? So sometimes it's a building block, it's a stepping stone. It's the universe saying, hey, come this way. And if we're constantly saying no to everything the universe offers us, if it's not the final thing that we really wanted, then maybe we're missing the boat on getting to that final thing, because this is just a step in that direction. I hope that made sense. And your advice position here is the Seven of Swords. So, I see this card many times as kind of your poker face card. This is about, to me, it's air energy. You have a lot of thoughts and ideas, and maybe you leave a couple, but you don't really share everything, right? You keep some things to yourself. And when it comes to this card, we're taught that it's the card of cunning, craftiness. It could be also theft or hidden agenda. So you do kind of want to take a little heads up, look around you to make sure that there's nothing like that going on in your midst. Sometimes somebody just isn't quite who they say they are, so make sure you're looking around it, just everything that you have going on, to make sure there's no hidden agenda around you at this time, because that's just a little in your advice position there. What is beyond your control this week is the Queen of Swords. So you will definitely be very um logical in your speaking and in your thinking, and that's kind of beyond your control. It's kind of to keep your logic about you and keep your wits about you, and maybe especially when it comes to that situation, make sure you're engaging this Queen of Swords energy to look around for theft, hidden agenda, things that might be around you that you're just not aware of. Maybe you're so focused on whatever this is that you're building that there's something that you're like, oh, I haven't been looking over my shoulder to see what's going on lately, and it looks like you do need to do that. What is your secret desire, or what are you trying to avoid? Wheel of Fortune. I hope that's your secret desire, because that is about changing. It's about evolving. seeking your fortune. And it is about how life changes on a dime. And if the answers you need are coming, keep looking for them. And this could be something that, again, if you're I'm going to go back to this card here. Make sure that you're not saying no to everything that the universe offers, because it might lead you here. It might lead you to this place where things evolve in a way that you didn't expect, because maybe the universe offers you a new friend, and it's not really the friend you're looking for, but take that friend. It might be that they introduce you to somebody that you need to know on something that you are working on and building. So make sure to not always say no to the universe. But anyway, because this is in your secret desire, I doubt if anyone's trying to avoid Wheel of Fortune. I mean, it's really it is kind of sometimes about how things change quickly, and it's not always for the better, but many times it is, and especially eventually for the better. So look out and watch for those things and those ways that you evolve and change, to move yourself into this builder position that you're in. Watch for those things that come up that are fortunate, and it'll be something that changes today. It just wasn't there tomorrow, or wasn't there the day before, I guess. And your outcome this week is the Ten of Pentacles, which is one of the best cards in the deck. This is about long-term wealth and security. This is about really thinking about things, you know, in the long term. So building something that's going to last long term. And I really do like that for you. That also puts two tens on the table for you. And these are very positive tens. I mean, I would watch for money falling out of the sky if I had this in my reading. So pay attention to that. It may be something that there is some sort of fortune coming on you. So look up 99, 44, and also 1010 when it comes to angel numbers, Aries. All right, what is hidden from you here at the bottom of the deck is the Two of Cups. And it does appear that everything that's going on here seems to be internal, something that you're working on. It's not something that you're really coming together in partnership with anyone about. This seems all very, very internal thoughts that you're having, things that you're kind of just feeling this week, and that's fine. It doesn't look like there's a whole lot of things going on. I would look over your shoulder here to make sure there's no sort of hidden agenda around you while you're busy doing other things. All right, let's get you a final message here from the Soul Oracle deck. Final message for Aries from the Soul Oracle deck. The answers you need are coming. And this card says, wake up call. Okay, so this could be, and sometimes this card relates to your advice. And if there is some sort of hidden agenda or something, there might just be a wake up call about something or someone that's going on around you that you need. So, again, just pay attention, make sure there's nothing that you're not paying attention to because you've been busy with other things. All right, what do you need to do in the way of self care? Self care for Aries this week. And the card that you get is the card called Choice. Worry less about making the right choice and more about being strong enough to handle any outcome. Okay, worry less about making the right choice and be strong enough to handle any outcome. I love that, especially when it with what I was talking about here with the Four of Cups. So, Aries, thank you so much for being here. I hope there's something in this reading that you can take away and use in a positive way this week. It's not a very dramatic week, and that's fine. It looks like you're doing a lot of internal thought work internally, that sort of thing, and that's great. Just watch out for that full moon energy. However that hits you, make sure that you make the right adjustments there. So again, thank you so much for being here. If there's something that you have a question on, please drop a comment down below. Or if you just like the reading, or if something resonates, also drop me a comment. It really helps my channel. Also, if you like my reading style, hitting like and subscribe helps as well. And I do appreciate that. Thank you in advance if you've been doing that. I do. I've seen an increase in my subscribers and an increase on the people that really do come back week to week and watch the readings. And that makes me feel so awesome about doing this, because I'm just really here to do these to help, and I really enjoy doing it. So thank you so much, Aries. Good luck with all this, and I will see you next week. Bye-bye.